I am Aja from a band called Nico Vega, and I am a singer, and we are a rock band. You know, what got me started in rock music was probably hearing old school Ike and Tina Turner from like the beginning before she kind of broke off and did her solo thing, because of all the pain and I think everything that she funneled through her voice and energy in that during that time period was so inspiring to me. And between that and sort of Janis Joplin, I found my voice because I had sort of a lower voice and a lower register, and I didn't really know how I was going to make it work in a band setting. So that kind of helped me to discover my own self. I was playing some solo shows in Los Angeles. I had been kind of moved back and forth and trying to get a project together, and I had had some bands that had fallen apart from just like random different things, personal problems in people's lives and whatnot, and it was really hard in Oregon, where I'm originally from, to hold it together. So I moved to Los Angeles, and I was just kind of doing my own thing, thinking I'll meet people this way. And I did. I met like our original drummer, and then he decided to have me come down and jam with him and the guitar player, who's the guitar player now, at a rehearsal space, and we just hit it off immediately. And he was our drummer for like 2 years, and then he went on to have like this incredible movie career, and we got a new drummer, and that's the lineup we have now. And then we bring this awesome bassist along for while we're on the road and stuff like that. Well, it was originally a person's name, our original drummer's mother, and her story, she had this kind of intense story, life story, and it had inspired me to start to change my life, actually. And I was kind of on a road of self-discovery, changing my life, and coming to a place where I was trying to not suppress myself and trying to be somebody who could have a voice and accept myself for who I really was, and being a musician helped me really discover that. And so that name, because of her story, it just kind of all fused together, and it was like, this is just an incredible name for this band. And then, you know, to take it a step further, it started to become like this sort of holding yourself to a higher standard of loving other people that are next to you and being the best version of yourself you can be. And it became sort of like, you know, the ideal way of being was like this kind of saint that we created in the name Nico Vega. And so when people say that, it's like the band has a message, and it started with a person's story, but it was kind of, when I say a modern day saint, because that's what it's been described as before, a modern day saint in my mind was sort of like a regular person who has all these struggles that they overcome. And that to me is like what Nico Vega is all about. I mean, I think I'm a performer kind of by nature ever since I was a small kid, but and I mean, I loved theater so much. I just didn't like necessarily. I think I was kind of my own poet and wanting to like, you know, have my own message and just be about that. And so that's why it kind of works for me in a band setting more than theater as much. You know, I don't, it's not that I don't take direction well, because I do like acting and stuff, but I think what comes naturally to me is just like expressing what's inside. And so that's, you know, because I'm already like sort of a performer, it really works for me. Yeah. Our EP is called Fury Oh Fury, and it's got 6 songs on it. And one of the songs, the first song that opens the record, is Fury Oh Fury, and that's what it was named after. And that's kind of like, that song just has, each song has a different like thing that it's about. It doesn't really have one necessarily solid message between all of it, but this EP and then our record coming it's all about like the struggles we've been through in the last 5 years of our lives, and our lives have drastically changed, all 3 of us, and just overcoming your own challenges. And it's a really personal record, whereas our first record was a little bit more social and about like the people and us as like a nation, and kind of a waking up You know, like that's what the first record was about. This record's a lot more about like individual struggles that we've had. And so, most memorable moment in music is probably a couple things. Like, I once got to work with David Fincher, who's like my favorite director ever. I got to, and the band kind of brought me through that because, you know, people always discover us individually through the band or whatever. That would probably be one of the greatest things ever, was like this one day where I got to work with David Fincher like all day, one-on-one kind of. And I'm such an enormous fan of his that I was elated the whole day. And so that was probably one of my most memorable things. No, I'm a humongous fan of hers, and like I think it's inevitable because I kind of came up right after her in the music scene. I think that like she's always been influential to me, you know. I think of that, anything like that, as a compliment, because I get a lot of different things, you know. Lately I've been getting the Cranberries like all the time, and I love that, you know. And sometimes after I get off stage, people are like, Bjork, it's like Bjork, and I'm like, you know, it's just different. And I think that people just tend to pull from what they know, and it's always a compliment to me, because every great woman in music, I mean, I don't know, you know, the day that I get compared to somebody that's just awful, I mean, I don't really know who is, because the people that people compare you to are the people they know, you know. And so I think that I feel really lucky to have that, like, great women in music. It's like, you know, they're all inspiring and empowering. So, well, we have this record, and we're probably going to be doing another video. We just came out with a video for Beast, which was like one of our older songs, but it kind of got resurrected through all this stuff that just happened in the US. Like, you know, it was in a video game trailer and a movie trailer, and like, so it had this second life, so we decided to make this video for it, and the drummer directed it, and his name's Dan, and he edited, directed, wrote the whole thing, and it's just like super awesome. And so that will probably happen again. We'll probably do another video with him and for another song off the EP called Lightning, and that's probably going to happen right after tour. And then we'll see. Like, I think we'll go to Europe and hopefully come tour through Canada more, and Australia and the whole US, and kind of just keep spreading the message. What do I think life is? The animation behind the body.